Hey everybody, welcome to the ThermaWorks channel. I'm Jeremy Yoder, and many of you may know me from my own channel, Mad Scientist Barbecue, but I want to let you know that I've taken on the role of culinary editor here at ThermaWorks, which means I'll be making videos, working on recipes, and writing blogs for ThermaWorks. I love barbecue, but it's only a small portion of the culinary world, whereas here at ThermaWorks, we're going to be exploring all of cooking, and we're going to explore it through the lens of thermometry. So we're going to do things like baking, sous vide, recipes, experiments, barbecue and grilling, and cooking in the kitchen with the stove. We're going to take all of these techniques, combine them with the newest products and the most up-to-date information to give you everything you need to cook with the accuracy and precision that ThermaWorks provides. While I've collaborated with ThermaWorks in the past, there's no greater endorsement that I could give this company or their products than becoming a formal member of the team. So let's get into this video, let's explore some science, and let's do some cooking. All right, for today's cook, we're cooking chicken breast. Yes, a lowly chicken breast, but it's one of the best sources of protein and it's not too expensive. So this whole package right here was $9.55 and it's just under 4 pounds. So something affordable, but the problem we run into with chicken breast is that it's easy to dry out. It gets kind of sandy like texture if you overcook it. And we're gonna explore the temperature at which chicken is its best, and it's also safe. So I'm going to put up a time and temperature chart right here. We'll also put it in the description. What this is a chart that explains the time and temperature to achieve a 7-log reduction in bacterial population. What does that mean? That means that there's only one bacterium left out of 10 million that would have started. So you get rid of 99.999% of the bacteria. You want to make sure that this is safe. So if you cook chicken to 165 for 1 second, you get rid of that amount of bacteria. If you cook it to 155 for, say, 1 minute, you achieve the same result. So it's time and temperature that reduces the bacterial population, you reduce the number of pathogens, and makes the food safe. So you can think about it like if you went into a sauna and it was 160 degrees, well, you'd be fine for a few minutes, and then you'd have an overwhelming urge to get out, and eventually, if you didn't get out, tragedy would befall your family. We don't wish that on anyone, but we do definitely wish that on pathogens in chicken. So we're going to cook these chicken breasts to different temperatures, but we've already done a lot of work for you. And we did it in a controlled way, as controlled a way as we can do it in cooking. So we used sous vide, we had immersion circulators, and we used the RFX probes to measure the temperature internally in the chicken, because it's not necessarily the temperature of the water bath that matters, it's the temperature of the chicken. Took the chicken breasts up to various temperatures from 140 to 165, and we waited until the chicken itself reached those given temperatures, and then using the graph in the ThermaWorks app, we were able to measure how long it was at those temperatures, and held it long enough that we get the same 7-log reduction in bacterial populations. And then we weighed the chicken breasts before they went in the sous vide bag, we waited after it came out, and we'll put all of that data in the description if you want to search that out. So we're going to wrap this all up. This is what we found. 140 definitely lost the least amount of moisture, but it was also the most foul smelling. 155 was kind of a happy medium between retaining juiciness and the smell was gone. It actually smelled appetizing. And then 165 lost by far the most water. Almost 30% of its initial mass was gone due to the cooking process. So nobody's going to want unseasoned chicken that was just put in a sous vide bag and then brought up to temperature and wasn't ever kissed by a fire or a hot pan or something to give it flavor. So we're going to do a real world test with this data to back it up, and we're going to have blind taste testers test these chicken breasts at the end and let us know which one they prefer. So that's the best we can do when we have something that's not a super controlled environment like a charcoal grill, and we have something that's not super controlled like somebody else's palate. So we want you to have both the objective data and the subjective impressions of people who actually eat chicken, and then armed with all of that information, we hope you can make the decision that's best for you. One caveat and one note that is important. The USDA recommends cooking your chicken breast to 165 degrees. That is the only way to be absolutely certain that your food is safe. It's especially important for the elderly, for children, for the immunocompromised, that you cook chicken to safety. It's critically important. If you're serving anybody who is at risk, make sure you cook to the USDA guidelines. Ultimately, this is a choice you have to make. Do you want to cook to a lower temperature and hold it at that temperature longer to achieve the same killing power as 165 for 1 second? You have to make that choice. We're not here to tell you which way you should do it. We're here to give you our results and let you, armed with all of this information, make the choice that's right for you. With all that said, let's get these chicken breasts out of the package. We'll get them seasoned with a rub that might not be what I would use, because I would use probably salt and pepper, but real world, for cooking on a charcoal grill, we're probably going to be using a rub and probably even 2 different rubs on chicken, because that's a very popular way to do it, how you are probably doing it at home, and so we're going to give you the best possible results. First rub, Heath Ryle's Everyday Rub. Next up, Harry Sue's Umami Championship Rub to give it a little bit of extra kick. One last thing that I should mention, if you brine your chicken breast, that's going to help retain more moisture. But we wanted to isolate it just the temperature, so we did no seasoning, no anything, just went in the bag. If you brine it, whether it's wet brine or dry brine, you will retain more moisture. Another thing I'm going to do before I put this on is I'm going to spray these chicken breasts with some duck fat for 2 reasons. One, because I think the flavor is really nice, and the other reason is because it's going to help these chicken breasts from sticking to the grill. If I had schmaltz or chicken fat, I'd probably use that, but duck fat is the best we got today. This first chicken breast just hit 140, so I'm going to start this, and when it gets to the required time, we're going to be checking it probably every 2 minutes to make sure it's above the temperature, but that's going to be our low temp test. Our 155 degree chicken breast has been there for just over 1.5 minutes. We're going to pull it off. 150 degrees, 155, 160, 165 is still not off yet. 145 is done. Almost done with 165. So close. Might see it in real time. And we're there. So we have 5 of our chicken samples off. They're done. They were brought up to whatever temperature they needed, stayed there for at least the required amount of time, and we still have 12 minutes to wait on our 140 degree chicken breast. So it might be juicy, but it probably isn't the most convenient. If you were going to attempt something like this, I would probably season it, put it in the sous vide, let it go for the required amount of time to pasteurize it and reduce the pathogens, then bring it out to the grill, sear it super hot, and you'd probably have something closer to the best of both worlds. I still don't like the texture or the smell. We didn't take you through the taste test of everything we did sous vide, but we found 140 so unpalatable that we considered not even testing it on the grill. After much waiting, we're almost ready to pull the lowest temperature chicken breast off the grill, and we'll see how it turns out. Oh, it's not an alarm. I'm an idiot, but we're waiting 30 minutes. So technically we could wait a little bit less than that, but we wanted to build in a little bit of extra safety just to make sure nobody gets sick. So we're planning 30 minutes. Let's get it off. Okay, we finished our 6 chicken breasts. Here we have 140, 145, 150, 155, 160, and 165. I'm gonna slice them, and then we're gonna do a blind taste test. So I'll do a blind taste test, and then 2 other thermal workers are gonna give me some of their thoughts, and then hopefully you can take that and do with it what you will. Hopefully you leave this video more informed than when you started it. I'm gonna slice them all, but first I just wanna tell you, doing 140, it was a real pain to try to maintain that 140 degree temperature, move it toward the heat, move it away from the heat, toward the heat, away from the heat. It's like you're doing the hokey pokey with a chicken breast. Not fun for me personally. Also, it was on the grill so long that I think it might be one of the drier samples. So what you would have gained by a lower temperature in terms of moisture, you may have lost simply by the time it takes to hold it at that temperature. The best looking chicken breasts, to my eye, are probably 150 and 155, just the visual appeal. They look pretty plump. They look like they're gonna be juicy. 150 also looks juicy, but it didn't get the same color. So all that information for you guys going in, we're not gonna know what sample we have because we're gonna be blindfolded. So let me get to slicing. All right, one request, guys. When you give me the sample for 140, after I take a bite, I chew it, but before I swallow it, can you tell me it's 140? Because I actually don't feel safe with that one.
Yeah. All
right, cool. Okay, guys, so you can see I'm blindfolded here. I'm gonna wait for a sample. I think you guys are gonna know which sample I have, but I won't. I'll try to give you my thoughts as concise as possible and let you know what I like and don't like. Kind of rubbery. It's not dry. It's okay. I don't really like the texture. I guess it's one of the lower temp ones. I'm gonna guess it's 145 or 150. Oh, this one's quite nice. It's definitely juicy. The texture's really nice. I would guess this is 155 or 160. If I had to guess, I'd say 160, but this is really good. Somebody served me this chicken breast, I'd be really happy. It's not bad. It seems a little bit drier. I guess this is 160 or 165. I don't like it as much as the last one. Definitely the driest so far. I think this has to be 165. It's noticeably dry. It's like I'm chewing sand. The last two before this were both good. I'd rank those like 1A and 1B. This one is probably my least favorite so far. All right.
That one's 140.
Yeah, they're kind of rubbery. Dry on the outside, rubbery on the inside. The worst sample of all, in my estimation. Okay. This one's the best one. Very juicy, great texture, nice flavor all the way around. I don't know what this is. I think I already guessed this once, maybe 155, but this is my favorite out of all the samples. I think by a noticeable margin. Okay, so I'm told that my favorite was 160, but apparently I also liked 155 and 150. I had some other thermal workers come and taste these, and they liked from 150 to 160, but their favorite was 155. What do you guys prefer? You tell me 140, you're dead to me.
No. We like the 155.
Okay.
It's crazy how shocking of a jump there is between 160 and 165.
Yeah.
Like these are just like totally different things, but all three of these feel very similar and good.
Yeah.
That's terrible, and then this gets bad too.
Yeah. What was it about 140 and 145 you didn't like? The texture?
Rubbery.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 140, like there's things I like about 145. In terms of it does have a juiciness, but the actual like chew feel is just worse at everyone's.
Okay. Nobody preferred 145 or 140, and definitely nobody preferred 165. I think that was maybe tied with 140 for the worst of them all. But somewhere in the middle, if you give time and temperature a fair shake, you can get something that's really nice in terms of texture and really nice in terms of moisture retention. And ultimately, you have to make the choice for yourself. Whatever you want to do, whatever's right for you is what you should do. Make sure to check out the description for that information about time and temperature so you don't miscalculate and get sick. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. We had a lot of fun making it, and we'll see you guys next time.